Europe has recently committed to significant increases in defense spending, marking one of the most substantial military budget expansions in decades. Germany has announced a €100 billion fund to modernize its military, a historic shift for a country that has long maintained a cautious defense posture. France has also pledged to raise its military budget, aiming for €413 billion in defense expenditures from 2024 to 2030, an increase of over 30% compared to previous allocations. The UK, Poland, and several other European nations are following suit, prioritizing defense capabilities amid rising geopolitical tensions. The primary driver behind this surge in defense spending is the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. European leaders recognize the need for stronger deterrence and rapid response capabilities in the face of continued Russian aggression. NATO has also reinforced its position, urging member states to meet or exceed the 2% GDP defense spending target. Countries such as Poland are even pushing beyond this, with Warsaw committing to spend nearly 4% of its GDP on defense, making it one of the highest defense budgets relative to economic size in Europe. Sweden and Finland, which have recently joined NATO, are also ramping up military investments to align with alliance standards. Additionally, Eastern European nations such as the Baltic states are significantly increasing their military spending in response to the perceived threat from Russia. From a financial standpoint, this increase in defense expenditures is reshaping global markets. European defense contractors such as Rheinmetall, BAE Systems, and Dassault Aviation have seen their stock prices surge in response to new military contracts. The aerospace and defense sectors in European stock markets are outperforming other industries, attracting increased investment from institutional and retail investors alike. The European bond market is also experiencing fluctuations, with rising yields reflecting concerns over potential inflationary pressures resulting from heightened government spending. Some analysts predict that continued defense investment could lead to higher interest rates in the long term, affecting borrowing costs for European governments and corporations. This surge in military spending is not occurring in isolation. It reflects broader global trends. The United States has also announced increased defense allocations, with a focus on modernizing its naval and air forces to counter China's growing military presence in the Indo-Pacific region. Similarly, Asian nations such as Japan and South Korea have significantly raised their defense budgets, mirroring European concerns about security in an increasingly volatile world. The interconnected nature of these expenditures suggests a new era of global militarization, where economic and defense policies are becoming more intertwined. One major area of concern is the effect on government debt levels. Many European economies are still recovering from the financial strains imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic, and increased defense budgets could lead to higher deficits. Countries such as Italy and Spain, already struggling with high debt-to-GDP ratios, may face additional economic pressures as they attempt to balance military expenditures with fiscal responsibility. There is growing concern that excessive military spending might come at the expense of critical social programs, including healthcare, infrastructure, and education. Public sentiment remains mixed, with some supporting greater national security measures while others worry about rising national debt and potential economic instability. Despite these concerns, European governments argue that enhanced defense capabilities are necessary for stability and economic resilience. Increased military funding is also expected to drive innovation in technology sectors, particularly in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and advanced weaponry. The European defense industry is working on next-generation military technology, including unmanned aerial systems, hypersonic missiles, and satellite-based defense networks. This technological push may benefit a range of industries beyond defense, creating new economic opportunities and reinforcing Europe's strategic position on the global stage. The defense sector's expansion is also expected to create new jobs across the continent.